Okay, everybody. Proud to say that this so far this Rife Frequency belt has definitely been a success. Now then, test results after using it. Well, let's see. I used it for about a good 10 to 15 minutes on the first session. After that, no tinnitus. Now, I got tinnitus right now because this stuff, because I wasn't using it, my headphones or anything like that, at least not as much as it normally is, only because they are literally up the doses of this. And if you want to know why they would do something like that, it's because I'm basically killing this stuff off. Gonna keep the sessions going. The reason why it's important to always have this around your core is quite simple. It's because that's where the stuff is breeding at. That's where the nanotech is actually reproducing itself. If you cut off its reproduction system, then you're going to be able to kill it off over time. You're going to be able to do that over time. Now, the fact that I was able to cut off the tinnitus at all like that, and I wasn't even using headphones. Okay, I wasn't using headphones. It was just the belt alone that I was using, and that was enough to literally shift the balance and this stuff. This thing worked so well that I literally felt every bit of nanotech that was in my system literally shifted all the way down to my legs. That's how powerful this thing was, man. I guess I should include like a list of items, what all this stuff is that it took to build this thing. But to give you a more simpler explanation, as you can see, these are, let me see if I can get one out of there. I'm gonna bring one up closer. As you can see, these are twist ties, right? Well, not really twist, but zip ties. I use these, and if you look here, each cornered section has these. It's the same thing with the amp system as well. I got two on each end. Basically strap those down. I didn't have to poke no holes in the fabric or anything like that. I didn't have to damage it. Basically, all I had to do was just it's just like a needle in fabric. All I had to do was just wiggle it around, and then eventually it got straight through the fabric. So no tear, no wear, anything like that. So it's in good shape so far. I still need to get like some more of these EMF stickers for the radiation. To have them on each of these, and that would also definitely help out a lot, because it won't even just help out for that radiation that's on the speakers. It's also going to help out with the radiation that they're beaming on me too. So it's a win-win scenario. Now then, how did I do the wiring? Quite simple. I got two long wires going from the amp system all the way to the last speaker. Now, I made sure that there were the ends of these wires are basically connected directly to the last speaker, and then I just cut some incisions, like I stated before, in the wiring. As you can see here, as you can see, the ends are here, so I just dialed it down as it was going down. I just cut a bit of the wire, of the plastic off to expose some of the wire. Then I took another wire and I had cut both the plastic ends off the two sides, connected here and then connected to there, and then boom. Just did that on the single wire. Now this is probably the negative or the positive. Either way, I did that as a single wire for each same slot. So this will always, as you can see from where I'm sitting at, right? This is like the right side of this. So this is basically connected to that right side, to this right side, and so on and so forth. Now for the other wire, it's going to be the exact opposite, but in the same way. It's going to be connected to the left side all the way down until it gets all the way to the amp system. Same thing on the other side, and that's all you got to do. And then you're going to want to take the exposing areas down with some with some black electrical tape to make sure there's no possibility of a harmful electrocution that could happen, just to be safe. Now, this is something that I wanted to invent, because this is something that actually could be on the go once I build it. Once I either get a hold of the battery pack or build a battery pack for this thing to where it's just rechargeable and you just take this out wherever you go. Now, the Scotty vest, like I said, this thing can basically go underneath a vest and you wouldn't even be able to see it. I wouldn't recommend you to have high volume up, but yeah, just to be safe, don't have this thing exposed because people see this, I'm already gonna tell you they're gonna get the wrong idea unless they see the wording on this stuff. I'm just saying, just to be careful because you know how people get. But yeah, basically, I mean, that's pretty much it. As for what this thing is, like I said, this is a copper compression back brace, and it has the quality that it has for it is basically blood supply. It helps blood flow. If you're not familiar why you need to be able to cleanse your blood flow, it's because the nanotech does a lot of messed up things with your blood, and then you need to basically cleanse it in order to basically clean that stuff out of your blood. The only way to basically get clean that stuff out is to flush it out, and therefore, what better way than to clean your blood with something that actually helps promotes good blood flow. So I definitely put a lot of thinking into before I actually constructed this thing. I needed to basically it's pretty obvious. Just needed a catalyst. Needed the white not white, but the right tools and parts for this. I guess I could leave a list down, and I will. It won't now. The minute this video is posted, it won't be on there. But over time, I'm gonna do a search, and then I'll just leave a link down in the description for you all to each item that I used to build this, so you see the price range of this. Understand that these cords here, the power cord, that was not on the shopping list. That actually, give me a second here. If I can hold this darn thing. I'm still not familiar with how to use this yet, because whenever I do use it, right, apparently I'm unable to use my Wi-Fi. But this thing is essential if you want to ever protect your network. It's called the rat trap. I'm just going to show you guys. Okay, I don't know what that number is, but so okay, I don't know if that number is important or not, but I'll just cover that just to be safe. But as you can see, rat trap, whatnot. Okay, pretty much you just get a good example as to what it is. You got the cording there, the end piece, and then you got another end piece over here. Basically, this thing just goes straight to your router, and in both in the in port and in the out port. I'm still not familiar with how to use this. I may have to try to find the manual to it just to get a better understanding. Or I could just maybe find something online to basically give a good example on how to use it. But this thing basically puts a firewall on your Wi-Fi. And a lot of people couldn't figure it out because, sure, you would use the device to try to do that, but guess what? That doesn't necessarily put a firewall on your Wi-Fi. That just puts a firewall on your device. So that's definitely a beneficial thing to have when it comes to them hacking. Now, what my game plan is in the next couple of months, I'm going to be off the grid before October hits, okay? I'm going to be, hang on. That's my finger again, almost got close to the mic area. Pardon me, you got my apologies if the volume is messing up and it sounds like a little bit robotic. It's probably because the speakers are too close to the phone. I think it's messing or tampering with the audio or something like that. But yeah, man, I don't intend to be in the city, or not even in the suburbs, when October hits. I just need to. All I got to do now is just get a hold of the gear that I need, and once I have that, that's it. I'm gone. I'll just do that. Find a decent location where I can go. That's far away from these towers and stuff, and then see if it's a-okay to basically build like a settlement there or something like that. Maybe just a log cabin. Just do some hunting where you don't need no regulations or nothing like that. I'll probably go old school with it. Have the old bow and arrow in hand. Use that. I'll probably have to keep that thing well covered if I'm leaving the city, because I don't think they'll try to fuck with you I'm pretty certain they will definitely fuck with you if they see you walking around with something like that. But I don't know if you need a permit for a bow and arrow. I do, but at the same time, like I know certain things are illegal, like a slingshot. Like you can't, carry around a slingshot or whatnot. It's crazy, but you know how they get. It seems like you got to have like every fucking thing registered, and the problem with that is they are like really serious. They'll literally be serious on you with that registration crap. And all that's doing, what a lot of people don't know, is basically they're forcing you to give up ownership. They're strong arming you to basically give up ownership of your property. Basically, it's the same thing when you register your vehicle. Same thing when you register your house, your children, whatnot. That should tell you a lot about how the government views the world. They basically view not just materialistic items or collateral, but also people as things. That can be bought and purchased. Hence the human trafficking bullshit that's going on right now, which I'm actually a bit concerned about, because TIs, man, fellow TIs, you're gonna have to be careful when you go out there. I definitely recommend you to try to get a group together. I definitely do recommend that. Understand though, but you need to understand that if you go out there unarmed, it's just as dangerous, man. Because just look at how desperate they are. You know, normally I wouldn't. I get it. Like you don't really want to have to go that far, especially with what's going on. But look, man, seeing as to how how they desperate they are. Like if you go, let's imagine you go off grid. What's stopping them from basically bringing firearms out there for to there, and then just forcing you to do who the hell knows what? What's gonna stop them from doing that? I want there to be peace. I don't want there to be violence. I don't want people to get hurt. I don't even want people to hurt nobody. But this whole thing is real. These people have no intention of stopping. I'm basically stating just do the best you can to protect yourself. But don't you ever allow fear to consume you, because a consumption of fear promotes confusion. That's the one thing you don't need. And trust me, their tactics like that are a lot. They are using a lot of tactics. Now then, I was kind of curious about something, and it was related to that man that ended up being killed by a lack of, due to his oxygen being forced off of him by that officer who had his knee up against his throat. And I'm looking back at what the full informer was talking about. And what they were talking about is how like a lot of these weapons are involved with cutting off oxygenation. So I'm like, out of all the ways that officer could have easily just killed that man, right? And I'm still not condoning what he did. I'm just basically trying to view this what it is, because as you've seen before, some of these cops, they came out and started saying, oh, like we need to stop the violence and stuff like that. Yet they got Masonic, satanic Freemasonry symbolism all over their Instagrams and shit. It's just, I find it very. I'm just wondering, is that just a coincidence that he just did that, or was that planned? You know, because they have weapons that cut off your oxygenation. The grid is there. So think about it. They got weapons that cut off your oxygenation, and the way that he chose to take that man out was through cutting off his oxygen. It's crazy. Definitely is crazy, man. If people think that these cops are going to end up going to jail, honestly, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but you got to understand the system is corrupted. Now, here's the thing: the way the system is designed, if we got all of these corruptive assholes out of these offices, out of these positions of power, and we actually, use these systems for good, for what we intend them to be used for, and not for their satanic bullshit, then everything could be a-okay. But as long as they are in there, as long as this technology exists for mind manipulation, as long as all of that stuff is out there, 5G is still out there, but it's probably not even 5G. It's probably much larger than that, and they're just not telling nobody. Understand when what they're saying is always going to be a lie. It's not going to be specifically what they actually are putting out there. it's going to be something entirely different. They'll tell you one thing, but they'll be doing something entirely different. And remember this, whatever they do good for the people, they're doing something even better for themselves. That's in a more selfish sense, you know? It's like, in order for them to ever do anything nice for the people, they got to get a slice of the pie as well. It's just like a person who gives a homeless person, right, some money or whatever. Like literally, they'll film themselves doing it. They'll give themselves like a homeless person some money, and then what they'll do is they'll expect, you know, like recognition for that, just to be saying, "Oh, you're a good person" or whatever. Look, man, I don't give a fuck any about any of that kind of shit. I would help someone who was definitely suffering because I've been through that myself, and I know how it is out there. I know how dangerous it can be. I know how fucked up the society is. I know because I've lived it. I've been in that situation when I was a kid, and I was not even able to even help my mother, you know, sustain her form of living at all. Man, I was too young to work, you know, and it was crazy. The whole thing is crazy, and it's messed up because, like, at the same time, like, it's this. It's not so much as the system that's screwing you over. It's the people using the system that's screwing you over. So there are some things we could, you know, if we were able to really fight this, then we can use the system for something good. But you got to understand what their main goal is basically. Now they're showing you everything, man. Look at how much corruption is getting out. They're showing you this as a means to get rid of this system, to basically promote a new system. What is this new system? Well, the new system is going to be the new world order of this bullshit that they're trying to push forward. That's what they want. That's what they want, man. It's all to get rid of the current system that is there. So when you see them do a lot of crazy bullshit, it's the push to get rid of the current system because they have to discard it to bring forth the new system. And you do not want to be a part of that system if they manage to do that. You do not. Now then, I want people to understand, do not put your fucking faith in trust in Black Lives Matter. Do not put your fucking faith in any of these damn groups that is anywhere similar to that. Why? Because they are also working for the enemy, just about every single one. The groups for the police, the groups for the military, the groups for the government. All of this shit is rigged. Every single bit of it. You have people amongst you, regular citizens, who are working with these assholes, literally sneaking into your groups when you don't even realize it. They are paid to support this bullshit that they're doing. That cop that did that shit to that man, choking him off with his oxygen stuff, they are in line with the people who are promoting shit like that. But they're hiding behind the scenes so you can't tell. It's all a fucking psyop to blend into the crowd. When you got protesters out there, they're out there too, literally hiding amongst you, and you have no idea. None. This video is about to cut out. I only had like about a good 19 minutes on this. But I just wanted to, that's just basically my 2 cents on the situation, everybody. That's what I see, and that's pretty much like, I already know what they're doing. I already know because I've seen it happen before. Stay safe, continue to fight the good fight, and stay strong. I send both my love and prayers to all of you.